East. Scarborough kid from the start of it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of What's So Funny, a show that talks about the funny with the people who make it happen. Now, our guest this week, I think, is the only Canadian comedian to not put his politics out there on Twitter, mostly because he doesn't have Twitter. Our guest this week is the one and only Derek Edwards.
Hi.
We have your host, this guy. What can be said about him that hasn't been said on Twitter? Nothing. It's Guy McPherson.
Hey, not only does Derek not have Twitter, he doesn't have anything that's online. It's amazing that we have the great recluse Derek Edwards with us.
Yay!
Great to hear your voice again, Derek.
That's very kind words. I'm not tech savvy, okay?
Yeah.
But you never have to worry about getting hacked. There's a lot of pluses.
Mm-hmm. How do you fill your day? You don't stare at a phone all day?
I don't. I just found my cell phone I left it in my luggage, so I hadn't charged it for about 7 days. Anyway, I had 2 messages there, but I don't know how to retrieve them, so it doesn't bother me really.
Oh, I can imagine you're just staring at your landline.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I have a landline. That's true.
Hey, luggage. Where are you going?
Yeah.
Don't you know there's a lockdown?
Not on a plane. No, it was by car.
Oh,
I was just just going down the road on a visit, and I came back. But no, I've been isolating up a storm here. I've been doing pretty good.
Yeah? How's it treating you? How's that COVID treating you?
Oh man, I think Canadians are made for this. I think we're. Can you even? My earbud fell out. Can you tell?
No.
Oh, okay, good. No, I think we're made for. We're a bit aloof. I think Canadians. I think we're made for this social distancing. So I don't want to know about that guy in the line. He doesn't want to know about me. Stay 6 feet away. It's no big deal.
Oh,
That's
pretty
I don't
good.
care if he's shaved. If he didn't shave, I don't care. I can't tell.
True.
So big deal, right?
Yeah, and also we're used to, especially you guys back east, staying inside during the winter.
Oh, geez, not this with the have to hire the army to shovel us out bullshit again. Please.
I don't know if I'd trust the army right now in anything COVID related, but that's probably, I don't know.
Yeah,
Too many people packed close and tight,
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Tough times on the submarines, they say. Yeah. But no, it's I don't know if you can generalize. Do you still do that? Does the West still hate the East? Is that still an ongoing concern?
We love it. Go Raptors.
Hey, they're on tonight, right?
What?
They're playing in Disney World or some bizarre thing, as far as I know. In what they call the NBA bubble. They've invented this word.
Yeah.
For the new sports teams that are out there experimenting with playing. So I think they're going to try and play a game tonight.
Wow.
In the next couple of hours. Yeah.
Wow, I will be looking that up for sure.
At 7:30 Eastern, against the Houston Rockets.
You're kidding me. How did I not know this? I'm the biggest Raptors fan.
Well, we're out here in the West, Guy, and we're not really privy to this information.
Yeah. Derek, you did this show back in 2009. I don't know if you remember. We recorded it in your hotel room in North Van.
Oh, yeah, at the Holiday Inn there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was weird. That was way too close for comfort there. But
me being in your hotel room, you mean?
No, not really. I mean, it was all very fun-loving, and it was short and really easy to do. And then when it was over, what? It's over already? I guess you get that a lot. Not today, and not for me. But I mean, in the past, many times.
Do you mean thinking ahead of time? How are we going to fill an hour?
No, you don't want to think about that. It's like, people, I think they get depressed looking down the long term and what's going to happen with the school and God, will I ever work again? Especially for comics and musicians, But I mean, you just got to go a day at a time. And maybe that's overall a good life lesson in general. Maybe a minute at a time is probably the wisest move yet.
What a cheery outlook you have. Cheery
Thank you.
disposition.
I just enjoyed that last minute, just yakking. I'm sorry, Sam wants to say some stuff. I know, Guy, you're a man to have a lot of ideas, so don't let me get in front of anything.
Oh no, you're doing the heavy lifting in this hour.
Damn it. Okay.
So, Derek, where are you? You're at home.
Yeah.
Where is
Toronto?
home? In Toronto?
Yeah. East End of Toronto.
Okay.
So there's I don't want to give you cross streets like everybody knows Toronto, but yeah, East Side. So like Scarborough area. That's
okay.
And basement. This little desk that was just
Nice.
on the sidewalk 20 years ago, and it was just take this, please, kind of, And yeah, so a free desk, and now my son's computer's on it.
Oh, good. You don't
Yeah.
strike me as a Scarborough guy.
I don't know what that means.
These preconceptions, you guys. What is that? Could you explain to me what that means?
Yeah.
Well, like you're living in Vancouver, you got it's kind of a Surrey attitude. It's the same thing, it's kind of rough and tumble.
Yeah.
Lots of shootings.
Is that
Oh, yeah?
right?
This is what I hear. Maybe I'm thinking of North York, but
Yeah, could well be. Yeah.
I don't know. I always thought Scarborough was, rough and ready.
Oh no. Very gentrified. Yeah.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
sure. Condos and golf courses. That's all you see. Yeah.
Oh,
And we should say that when you said you're in the basement, we mean the basement of your mansion. It's not like you're in a basement suite.
yeah, living with your son in the basement suite with a 20-year-old desk you got off the street in Scarborough. Comedy's going great.
Oh, it's a dream, kid. I can't even imagine working again. What's it going to be like? Yeah, there's nothing you can write of a topical nature that's going to be worth duck shit by the time I actually get foot on stage again. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all going to be so dated by then.
And it couldn't be about the situation we find ourselves in now because you're saying everyone will be doing that, or?
Well, that'll be part of it, I guess. Sure.
Yeah.
Like listen to a whole bunch of women before an all-women's show in comedy, I'm doing the period stuff. This is going to be a big fight.
Hey, easy now.
Oh, wait, I can't do that.
Easy now, Derek.
I don't mean that in a denigrating way. I just mean when I started out, there was only a few avenues that the ladies felt comfortable going through to get their part of the crowd really involved in it. And a lot of it had to do with monthly things, and they hate the boyfriend, and I'm doing the boyfriend stuff. It was always this kind of scrapping going on in the back room.
Huh.
Okay.
I don't mean that in a bad way. Good Lord, I'm looking back at history there. It's got to be 25 years ago.
Okay. Speaking of history, when I've interviewed you a few times for the paper, and I was just looking over one that we did in 2007, and we mentioned your sons who were at that time 17 and 13, and now I guess they're like 30 and 26 or
Yeah,
something.
good man. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I know. They're both still living at home, which is a bigger holy crap. So it strikes me by you saying that I shouldn't have said shit before. So I hope it's not offensive for me to just say, pardon my French.
It's fine.
Okay, good then.
Yeah.
I'll try and refrain my pardons. I was too relaxed.
You're known as a really blue comic, so people are used to that.
Oh my God. One of my old agents used to have, they send a bio to a would-be purchaser of your services, and it would say that the absolute squeaky cleanest comic you've ever seen. But I kept telling, don't put that in there. You're shutting every door for me. I mean, I act out a joke or a bit, and then so there's a huge disappointment, or you get angry at the end as part of your acting it out, and sometimes you're going to go with the big bomb words. And you get away with it because you're just acting something out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you just can't say super squeaky red skeleton way the hell back in the old days clean because you're paid me in a box. I'm locked down.
You're going more Red Fox.
Did you ever hear his old stuff?
Oh, the party records? They're insane.
They're so funny.
They're hilarious.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Oh man, he would get canceled in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he used to run his own club there, and he would MC in every show. He'd keep talking about it. Every show's different, and he just riff off the waitresses and what people are getting, beer sent to their table. I'm sure there can be some overlap between Thursday's show and Saturday's show, but he'll when you're seeing it right there, that's what's going on, and that's what he's talking about. It's magic. That's
Yeah.
just really friggin' funny. Yeah.
When you were starting out, was there anyone like that you just were like, "Wow, this person is magic"? You know, because we've all seen the
Oh,
kind of like, "Whoa," but who
yes.
was it for you?
Oh man, it was Bullard.
Oh yeah.
Mike Bullard in his day could work a room like nobody else. Nobody
Yeah, I
other
know.
than his predecessor was his own brother. Pat could do that a little bit, but Mike perfected it and worked it into this little show for a while.
I love that show, Open Mic with Mike Bullard, and I know he had his detractors with it, but I thought it was a solid show. You were on it a few times.
Man, I called him to thank him because he told me he was emceeing at the Yuck Yucks in Toronto, and he was trying to. He only wanted to MC, even though the pay was not, say, as good to headline, which he could have easily done. And so his take was, I want to learn how to be a great MC and then get a
Yeah.
show. And who knew he had plans? Comics don't have plans. Anyway, he had goals, this guy. And he said to me after one show, if I ever get a show, a talk show, I'm going to have you on as you'll be my first comic. Oh, what a kind thing to say. And then you walk away, kind of, yeah, okay then. But sure enough, and then he did it. I was the first
You were the
comic
first?
guy, and I called him up to thank him after the thing had its run, and just said he's told me, like, give me a second, and he pulled off the highway. He was driving back from Hamilton. He pulled off the highway. He says, "That's so good of you to call. You know, a lot of guys did take a moment. I'm not, playing my own song here,
Hmm.
whatever. I'm just saying, somebody does you a kindness, naturally you say thanks." And
Mhm.
yeah, he was a good man and incredibly fast off the get go.
Very, very fast. Yeah. I saw his special, and it was just 1 hour of crowd work.
Hmm.
That's right. Yeah, and no one
Yeah.
else, even in the talk show business, worked directly off the crowd like he did. No one.
No.
Which is why his monologue wasn't the best, because that's not his forte. And unless he's riffing on what he's talking about or with somebody in the crowd.
Yeah, and it's a very unnatural setting on a talk show because
Hmm.
there's this immense gap where the cameras are between you and the crowd. So to point to someone and talk to that person, there's this really awkward physical gap that
Yeah.
makes it seem less genuine or less off the cuff. But can I tell you the thing what he did in Newfoundland?
Yeah,
Can I tell you that? It's
please.
not
Please.
coarse. It's not course, but there
Oh, well, then
was.
forget it.
Yeah.
Okay, there's elements.
Yeah.
So we were told on the Thursday, we were doing a Friday, Saturday there, and we were told on the Thursday that what was going around the island was somebody had made get this a VHS tape of this farmer uh, with amorous relations with his cow, and it said the tape got duplicated so many times it had become black and white, right? It was so overly duplicated. Anyway, so it was absolutely, and he was from a place called Tor Bay, right? So Mike's on stage and he's talking to the crowd, well, maybe 20 people. And then he points to one guy, where are you from? So he goes, Tor Bay. And the
Uh,
silence was so complete, guys. I can't even describe the silence and anticipation. And Mike says, I hear you guys like to party till the cows come home. Right? And oh my God, the beer through the nose, the pounding of tables. Oh my God. And sometimes you just at the back of the room going, oh my God, I got to follow that son of a bitch.
oh wow.
Wow.
That's, yeah, anyway, a beautiful moment for comedy.
Do you still speak to him?
Oh.
I haven't spoken to him for a while. Occasionally I've caught, he's got this radio show out of Hamilton. He gets call in listeners and does a nice back and forth with them. Very rational. He's got a great world perspective. He sees a lot of things and he's doing great. Yeah.
That's good. I spoke to Mike Bullard, I don't know how many years ago, but I said, with all these, this was when DVDs were coming out, I guess. I said, with all these DVD compilations of your favorite series, there should be like a greatest hits of Mike Bullard or maybe even all of them. And he said it'll never happen because the network took the programs and won't release them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He had some good guests on there that I think, people should see now.
It was a beautiful back and forth verbal play between him and Harlan Williams. Did you ever see that show?
Probably.
Oh, man, it'd stick out in your memory. It was gut crunching funny. But I mean, here he's in Canada. I mean, and this isn't like Conan or somebody working out of New York. I mean, often and regularly, he is the most famous guy on the show, right? So it takes away from the impetus of a talk show, right?
Yeah.
I guess. But he got some big names. I mean, he got Derek Edwards.
Yeah, geez. No, it was sweet. He got Miss Nude Canada.
Oh,
This
really?
I think it was Miss Nude Canada. No. She was Miss Canada. Pardon me. From Newfoundland. This
Oh.
sweet girl. And they had the reason why she was novel, not that she was just drop dead good looking, was that she'd won this and then she'd lost her crown for getting in a bar fight, punching this girl in the face for looking at her boyfriend.
Wow.
Oh, I love Newfoundland. Anyway, it was just God smiling down on the show because I had this joke about Miss Nude something or other already in my my whatever quiver. What do you call that? Where the arrows are? Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, I had it ready to go for when I was finished fumbling and stumbling with my stand up and sit down on panel beside this vision. I get to actually use her as a prop. And not in a mean spirited way, just to get a cheap laugh. And it worked so well. Oh, it was just a great memory. I'm
What
sorry,
was it?
I keep drifting off on you guys. I don't know what I'm expecting for this. I've never done a podcast.
You've done mine.
Well,
2009.
that didn't count. You were sitting right there.
Oh, I see. This is, yeah.
That was an interview, right?
No, it was a conversation.
I can't hear
Just like
myself
this.
breathe. I've got things in my ears.
Oh my God, Derek. Settle down. Hey, do you know how to scroll down to the bottom of the page you're on?
Well, this isn't my computer, so probably
All
not.
computers are pretty much the same.
Imagine I go put the index finger in an upwards motion. Yeah, on
Good.
the pressy
Good.
thing at the bottom. I
Yeah.
could do that. I could try it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lose you guys, right?
No.
Okay. What's it
I
supposed to
hope.
say?
Well, there'll be something for you to read. Cold read. Test your
No,
acting chops.
dude, no. Oh, really? My acting
Yeah.
chops.
Yeah, here we
Good,
go.
good.
Emote.
You should ask Brent about that.
Okay.
Brent Butt.
Yeah.
I went into audition for a role on his new corner gas show.
Yeah.
They said it was the worst, the worst they'd ever seen. Because I don't know, I just choked up. And somehow I adopted a Texas accent. Can you believe that? I don't even know where it came from. Just nervous energy. I was supposed to be out west or something, like Saskatchewan and Dallas have something in common. Anyway, I just dropped the ball, and I don't know. I gave these guys. They looked at these tapes. They said they laughed every time. It was so pathetic. So if that can suffice for your experimentation, well, I can't scroll. But this is not my machine.
Oh.
It's not scrolling for me.
Oh, you can't see anything down there at the bottom of the page.
Let me see.
Well, you don't need to
I
move.
could ask for technical assistance, but I think he's having supper.
It's all right.
This is Derek Edwards.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
And you're listening to What's So Funny on CFRO 100.5 FM. That's what I got.
Perfect.
Is that what you wanted me to read?
That was it.
That was
Ah, you tricky buggers. Vancouver Co-op Radio.
it. Thank you.
Now, can you do it in a Texan accent?
No, it didn't work the first time.
Howdy. This is
Yeah, there was just enough Swedish in there that it mixed the whole damn thing up.
now. You said that this was an audition for Brent's new corner gas show.
At the
Not
time.
at the time, not
Yeah.
the new Corner Gas animated show.
No. This is right.
No,
Yeah.
this is the original Corner Gas.
Ground level. He trusted me. He gave me a
Man,
shot. He's a kind-hearted man. I always hit it off. We're both small town guys, both kind of hosers, but he's the smart one. And he was nice enough to reach down into his sympathy bag and offer me this great role. And I tripped my way down the stairs. It was pretty sad. But I think given another shot, I'd go over the lines before I went in. I swear to God.
Yeah, that might be
Just-
might be wise. But
Yeah.
you'd think he would give you another shot.
No, there was a guy who could actually act, it was going in. You know the guy with the hat and he's got the young face and he sits there and says dumb stuff? That was going to be me.
You're going to be Fred Iwanek's character?
I don't know if what his name is.
Is that right, guy?
Oh, you were going to be Hank, his
I think
buddy.
Hank is his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like kind of the dullard with a lot of simple
Yeah.
ideas and very naive guy, right?
Yeah.
I could have got a million great lines, I can
Oh,
be
man.
naive,
But you thought you'd go in and wing it.
No, I really didn't go in arrogant. I kind of went in just ill prepared. I'm a bit of a last minute person in a sense.
In a
Yeah,
sense.
in a sense. But that's doesn't mean I didn't respect what he's doing. I was just like we were all blown away that he had an idea for a show and they built him a town. I swear, he couldn't
Yeah.
believe it. Anyway, they had a lot of faith and for good reason, and it's done so well. He's had some great guys. What's his name? That the old fella. He's like a famous, great actor.
Mm-hmm.
He did the Billy Bishop thing all by himself there. Oh, what's his name? Peter something?
What's his name?
The old guy.
Come on. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay,
Ah.
I'm looking it up.
Sorry, but I didn't mean to have you.
No,
doing that.
I'm using my computer.
Oh, okay. I'll give you time.
What's his name?
Peterson.
Oh
Something
yeah,
Peterson.
Eric Peterson.
Eric Peterson.
Nicely
Peterson.
done.
That's right.
We beat Google. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I swear to God, it's taken away that eureka moment for so many people, and you must agree with this, where people, instead of giving it a minute and to think of something they know it, it's just whatever, buried under the rubbish for the moment, for the cobwebs of natural living. And so they don't take a moment. Some wanker will go, no, I'll look it up. Don't you dare look it up. That's what I think. You put that goddamn phone away because I am going to think of this. And then when you do, it's like, hallelujah.
Yeah.
Don't you miss that moment?
It's a good feeling. I heard that Kelly Dixon, former comic here in Vancouver, plays poker with Brent. And when they still play, and something like this will happen, and guys will get out their phone and and Kelly is like you, Derek. Nothing. He's got no technology. And he just yells, "Can't we just be wrong?"
That's a great way to see it.
I think it's so important. It's taken away so many useless arguments amongst friends
that could last weeks.
That could just and past the point where I could have come home, looked in my encyclopedia, and got the answer.
You're making fun of me now.
Well, no, I'm not a young kid anymore, right? I remember the days when I'd have to open up, Encyclopedia Britannica and look up some obscure fish reference I was arguing with my friends about because we were stoned or whatever. But yeah, like those days are gone. And no matter how much pot I smoke, I can't get back to it.
Keep trying.
I'll keep trying. Exactly. I'm committed.
Derek, did you ever know Colin Campbell?
Colin Campbell. Oh, no, I heard of.
Yeah, Vancouver comic legendary here. And he used to sit out on his balcony in the West End with encyclopedias and just go through it, sort of looking for material. That's how he would write his act, through the encyclopedia.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'd heard how clever and insightful and whatever, and any number of words that could describe this guy. There was a guy named Harry Duke.
Yeah.
That used to tour with him.
Mm-hmm.
And and he explained this whole thing, what it was like to tour with this guy, and it was fascinating. Yeah, yeah. No, out there, out west, you've had a lot of great guys come through.
Well, all parts of the country. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But like the urban well was like a big factor in my appreciation of Canadian comedy.
Yeah, I saw you there a few times too. Yeah, I used to go every week.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
for all Brent's always associated with it. I thought Jamie Hutchinson was hilarious doing his part
Hmm.
because they used
Yeah.
to co-host sometimes.
Or they would trade off. Jamie would do it one week. Brent would do it when he was in town.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Jamie's hosted once because of the long stand-up bar stage left. Sometimes people would talk. They're in such close proximity. I
Sometimes.
heard Jamie say this once. He's doing a Halloween show, which is so impossible, but he's wearing a mask, so you can't even see his expressions. He's doing bits. And these guys are talking at the bar. He says, "Hey, you don't shut up. I'm going to beat you with him." It was so, I don't know. It was just so diamond testicles of the guy. But
You couldn't even see his expressions when he wasn't wearing a mask.
he was kind of stone faced, wasn't he? A little bit.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little. Hey,
Yeah.
your audition wasn't good enough for Corner Gas, but apparently it was good enough for Red Green.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, for a very short time. I
Very
was
short
the,
time. You were the funeral director.
yeah, yeah. Imagine that. The guy with the baggiest eyes in Canada suddenly typecast. So anyway, that's how they do things. There was a
Yeah.
comic named Big John Woodbury who was cast as a boastful oaf on the show. Nobody could believe it. Of all things, suddenly he's changing typecasting. Anyway, I get to play the funeral director. I did it like 2 or 3 shows, but I started out because he wanted me to do audience warm up. Eh? And what I learned then, he's got the most, and had for 12 years, I think, the most steadfast and stalwart crowd of fans you could even imagine. They would pack that place. 2 shows they would tape on Friday at CBC, and 500 people. Everybody's dressed up in shirts that are both red and green. I swear to God.
Right on the nose.
Yeah, suspenders, the beige pants. Fishing hats. Oh my God. Anyway, that's what I appreciate it. Here's a guy. He's a very limited budget. Has made this hugely successful show that was playing all over the world. It's like Saudi Arabia. It was really popular in Saudi Arabia. Anyway, yeah, that was a sharp guy. His
Well,
character
yes,
was nothing like him.
Steve Smith. I know because I told you this in one of our interviews that I used to like Smith and Smith, and you couldn't believe me, but it is true. And Red Green started off as a character on their sketch show, Smith and Smith, with Steve and Morag.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you were a fan of that?
I like that show, and it's on YouTube now. And I'll look at it and I go, "There, he's just a funny guy
Yes, that's right. That's right. There's no denying it. He's just a funny guy.
and clever."
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And once again, and super modest, just I don't know, a lovable guy, and he did great. And kudos, and hey, sometimes the cream rises, and it's good all around.
Yeah, where was your big idea?
Jeez.
My big idea. Wow.
Well, I mean, Brent had a big idea. Steve Smith had a big idea, and it worked out. And the guy of your talent, one of the funniest guys in the country,
My big
should have
idea.
been something.
That's such a good question. What's the big idea? Huh? That's a
What's the
great
big
question.
idea?
You really put me to task on this. You forced me to come up with something on the fly. I don't know if it's going to be big enough.
Well, I remember you mentioned this golf show idea that you guys had, you and Wilmot and some other people.
Oh, that was another guy. That was Dave Hempstead and Dave
Oh, yeah,
Merritt.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, those 2 guys, and they actually got 5 of them made, and it's been on TSN2 already because of course they're starved for golf. So they picked up this show. They taped 5 of them down in South Carolina, maybe, It's called Off the Hosel. A
Ah,
great golf reference. And yeah,
I don't know that reference.
it's the part that joins the hitting part of the club to the shaft part of the club. You know,
Hmm.
that little circular thick part near the hitter. It's called the hitter, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, that's for people that are really crappy at golf. They're going to hit it off the hosel once in a while. I don't know, but apparently it's like a funny show. Uh, they're both funny guys, and they're both terrific at golf. What?
Now you're a big golfer.
Pardon me?
You were a big golfer, weren't you?
Oh, good God, no. But I was
Oh,
like, for the times I was doing it, yeah, I've been in tournaments because Dave Hampstead would get invited to these tournaments. And you
Mhm.
ever heard of this best ball thing?
yeah.
So you got four guys, and you go with the best ball. Everybody has to have so many drives or so many putts just to make it a little bit even. But with Dave there, we had this ringer.
Ah,
So you're coming back with a card that says like -13. So like I'm not going to get less than 130 on a serious course, 130.
yeah.
And so that's plus 50, I think.
Approximately, yeah.
-13 for an 18-hole course. What a great day.
You still needed to count some of your holes. I know that from best ball.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So once in a while, the wind blows the ball onto the fairway and you're going, okay, how about we count that one? But what you do is, here's the trick. You get the best putter, and so everybody takes, so you get, say it's a 10-foot putt. So the guy who can read the putt, I like to do in the majors, when one guy has to putt, the other guy's on the same line, he watches where the ball goes. So you get the best guy to putt fourth, and if the three guys blow it, he knows where the ball's going to go. So he has a
Right.
really good shot. And that's why you get these crazy amount. You get 4 birdies in a row. It's like ridiculous. I don't know. Do you play, guys? Do you ever play?
I play par 3, Derek, and mini golf. I play miniature golf.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I prefer the more gentlemanly sport of snooker.
Ah, I love that. Wait,
It's a great
snookers
game.
is much more complex than just regular pool or
Yeah.
billiards, right?
Yeah, it's the big table, that 12-foot with all the red balls and the colored balls, and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh
it's a
yeah.
blast.
That's yeah.
It's like
Oh,
putting all the time.
it is. It's totally like buddy. I like snooker. That's a fun game. It's like your best shooting to me is somewhere about 3 beer in. What do you think?
Two. I'll go two. I get three. I'm having 4 and 5 right away. There's no pausing at beer 3 for me.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's foot firmly on the gas, and
Yeah, I don't know why I
not
get
literally, not
nervous.
right.
Okay.
I'm not
Oh, yeah,
driving.
no. This is a very politically correct broadcast, right? Are you on CBC or what the hell?
Well,
Co-op radio, buddy.
hey, do
Co-op
whatever you
radio.
want. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Even more politically correct.
yeah.
Oh, well,
Um,
I'll try to be really careful, right?
no. We're here to just provide context for whatever you say
Yeah.
to help
Oh,
any squeamish listener.
if I may interject. Three
Sorry?
beer, that's what I'm my best at shuffleboard too.
Yeah.
All the little jitters,
Shuffleboard.
have you ever played?
The indoor one where you slide it
Oh,
down.
outdoor
Mm.
shuffleboard.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wait. I have never been on a cruise boat, so I've never played that. But no, they're always indoors. They get a fine little layer of sawdust or something.
Yes. Yeah, I play that
Yes.
all the time.
Yeah, the Legion.
At the
It's
Legion
like
where Sam plays a snooker.
you need an old man's bar. You totally do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's such a relaxing game, and there's a great satisfaction in smashing someone. I guess it's like euchre is to bridge, shuffleboard is to curling.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
so there's still got to be. I've never curled, but there's got to be so much fun to smash somebody's rock out of the circle, right?
Yeah. It is curling, right? It's curling on a table.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's all got to do some primitive. I wouldn't say reptilian. I don't know, maybe monkey type part of your brain. But you just like the sound of clacking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same
Rocks
with
hitting
pool.
each other sounds pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
the
the
way it is.
perpetual motion rocks too. You should get those for your desk, your 20-year-old desk.
They're not some
Start
new
them
thing, are
going.
they? They're not newfangled. There's no tech in there, is there?
No tech. It just works on gravity, I think.
Yeah.
So you like these garbage sports? Were you an athlete at?
Guy, that's coming from you who has a ping pong tournament.
Is this the context guy?
Well, wait a second. I did.
Okay.
Garbage sports isn't a pejorative. I love garbage sports, and I'm happy that Derek does too.
The
I
gymnastics.
play mini golf.
Ah,
Hey,
guys are hurting me.
crokinole. Do you like crokinole? That's
I've
a
never
great
tried
game.
goddamn crokinole, okay? I've played some pong. I mean, who hasn't played ping pong? Yeah.
Ping pong. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a great fun time.
But
Sure.
but were you an athlete at Timmins High and vocational
I
school?
used to run. I was anything but I used to run a lot. I used to enjoy running. And there was that, nice little after run buzz you get. Yeah, very pleasant. I was utilizing that when I was, my first headlining stuff when I was working on the circuit. I used to get really tense if I was like just starting a headline. It's different when you're middle. You can suck and move on. Hey, there's a good guy coming. But when when you're shouldering that, I used to get tense, so I go for a putter around and have a little run before the show, and it just really eased the tension. It's just okay, good. Let's have a smoke and get to work.
Have a smoke and go for a run.
No, we had one after
No.
as a congratulatory thing. Good
You,
sakes.
but like you would worry, but you didn't bomb often, did you?
Oh no, I'd have been gone, buddy. I'd have been gone. I don't have the skin for it. I mean, I had
Right.
some tougher shows, but I kind of take it in perspective that everybody had a tough show that go. That's why it's hard to work alone. No, God, if there was two other people on the show where they had killed, I was just gone up there and sucked wind. You don't know. But when everybody dies, it was a crappy crowd. They're talking, they're drunk, whatever.
When you're doing your tours of these theaters across the country in all these little towns, and it is the Derek Edwards show. People are coming to see Derek Edwards. Maybe there's an opener. I don't know. Maybe not. No, there isn't.
No.
And but because they're coming to see you, I mean, none of those shows go sideways, do they?
No, they usually go pretty good. They usually,
Yeah.
here I'm touching wood. This desk is ancient wood. They usually go pretty good. And, there's a town or two where I anticipate the struggle before I get there and really try and generate more of an A game, I guess, or some go-to jokes when that one bombs. So I can, at a given moment, pull my socks up and move on. But
really only in a few towns do you really try to give your A game, is what you're saying.
Well,
That's what I'm hearing.
do I get so nervous that I'm likely to overtalk things like I'm doing with you guys now?
Yeah.
So I'll go too quick on that one. So I better have something to go to. But with a
Right.
town I'm comfortable in, the cadence and the rhythm and the timing is all there.
Mm.
But geez, first time through Lloydminster, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? I had no idea.
Well, you don't know whether to play the Saskatchewan side or the Alberta side.
There is a difference. I think there's some animosity in that town. It's like working Trenton here in Ontario. Trenton, half the town is military and half is civvies. And so there's a bit of I don't understand you on both sides. And when they're in a room together, they're not really together. It's not as bad as Democrats and Republicans, right?
No.
But there is this little kind of like trying to push a magnet together. They won't connect. And so that presents a problem. Trying to bring everybody together really requires some tap dancing. You gotta okay, what can everyone relate to on this particular slide we're going down? So yeah, anyway, usually it goes good, or I'd be gone.
In those cases where you have such like a split crowd, the military and the civvies, what have you found is that flow through kind of theme that works for both? Like I would just think it's sex, but there has to be more.
Drinking works.
Okay, there we go.
Absolutely. Human nature, drinking. Yeah. I don't usually work. on the blue angle there.
No, exactly.
You told me earlier, but so busy playing my garbage sports, probably forgot. You just insult me at some other level. It's just great to be a target again. I haven't talked to people in ages. I always end up being the target, but I don't know. I feel quite at home here.
Hey, would you have been touring at this time if it
Yes.
weren't for the lockdown?
Yeah. I was supposed to be working yesterday.
Where?
So some corporate thing. I'm guessing Alberta, probably.
Yeah.
Some corporate to do. And I had to, in June, I was supposed to be out in Newfoundland doing a tour in October. But of course, it's long canceled. I'd have been out on Vancouver Island. I do believe.
Our hometown,
Mhm.
our home island.
Mhm.
Your home island, yeah. That's
Yeah.
stone's throw away. And anyway, that's so lamentable because it's quite pretty out there in October.
It is. It is. It is. But when you're going out on these tours, as I say, they're soft seaters, they're theaters. When you work things out, do you go to clubs anymore, or do you just try it on stage?
I haven't been to actual clubs that people pay to get into. I'm doing more of the, to quote somebody, garbage rooms where people just come in and they don't pay. But the bonus is there's no expectation of quality. So often you get a lot of open micers. And so me having the more experience than some or many, they may put me on wherever I want to go. And then so when do you want to go on? I'll go on second. I'll go in the middle. I'll go at the end. What do you want? But I'd rather go in the middle because then once again, it's like I'm middling. There's no pressure. But it's beautiful to play these rooms where the waitress is walking right in front of you. The stage is 3 inches high.
Yeah.
All the old difficulties. That drink machine that mixes those margaritas, that grinding noise like a cement mixer. All that's going on. And yet people are courteous enough to listen to the words you're saying. And you get more of a guttural knee-jerk reaction than in the soft seat theater. One's not better than the other, but it brings you back to your roots, and it's all kinds of fun. And I get to hang out after the show with people I love to talk to. Good question. Thanks for asking.
I wanted to ask you about the legendary performance at the Trailer Park Boys show here in Vancouver, 2004. You were on it. It was an all-star lineup of one act after another that bombed.
Except for
Irwin.
Except for Irwin. Yeah.
Irwin
Did I tell you about
Barker.
that?
Well, I was there. I was there for all the shows.
Oh, good God. Okay.
I can't remember everyone. I know you were on it. First of all, we got to say the Trailer Park Boys were the headliners, and they were pretty new at that time. They hadn't been to Vancouver before. So you were on it. Mike McDonald was on it. Andy Kindler was on it. He got booed off the stage. Dimitri Martin was on it. Probably Brent.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Do you remember anyone else?
No, other than Irwin and the boys. No.
Yeah.
No, it's all fuzzy, but it's ain't a long time ago. I do remember the Vogue Theater, right? The Vogue Theater, Granville Island.
Yeah. Not Granville Island, but the Vogue Theater. Yes.
Is that not Granville Island? Oh, okay.
It's Granville Street.
Granville Street. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, it was packed with, they've got such a fervent fan base. I love the series. I think it's to the day will hold up as one of the funniest sitcoms ever. The first number of seasons were brilliant.
Yeah, phenomenal.
So they had a diamond in the rough there, and they just went out touring, like basically screaming at the crowd, and everybody's swearing back. It was kind of a question and answer thing, but they were just the adulation coming out of the crowd. You could not smoke a cigarette. I remember that, but every second person was holding a joint. It was you could barely see in that room. So yeah, it was a tough go. Do you remember if I did okay?
Well, I think
it was a struggle, wasn't it?
I don't remember, but
okay.
I want to read you what Dimitri Martin told me about this, and he still talks about this show with friends. He said, and feel free to jump in with a memory if any of this jogs your memory. So he said there was a show in a theater advertising the Trailer Park Boys, and in smaller letters under that and friends. So people bought tickets, and those guys came out and did like 5 minutes up top and were like, okay, we'll be back later. And the crowd did not like that. They
Okay.
went apeshit and they were angry. We were all backstage, all these comedians. The crowd didn't know who we were. They wanted to see the Trailer Park Boys, not the lineup of comedians, including me. And each of us went out and just died one after the next. I've never been on a show like that before where it was just kind of an angry mob. They were just furious. It was one of the weirdest shows.
Yeah. That guy sad about says it. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I swear I remember Irwin charming him with, I mean, here's a guy who does jokes about Pythagoras
Yeah.
talking to this smoke in front of him. And the event, because he's so lovable, he was always so lovable. And so they got in his side. I don't remember getting booed off. That'd be something I remember. But
No, you didn't.
I
Andy
probably,
Kindler did, literally.
oh, geez, that's so gnarly.
Mm.
I feel on responsible. I feel like on behalf of Canada, I want to apologize to the guy. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's
Like he's another,
apologizing for his act all the time.
it is a bit inside.
No, yeah.
A little.
Just a touch, yeah.
So,
So,
wow, yeah, that was
Dimitri also said this. It's a funny thing because when we were backstage, the first comedian went out and we could all hear it and see what was happening. All the comics backstage were in one room, all saying, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not going out there. This is ridiculous. And then somebody, one of the comics, was like, all right, I'll do it. And it was like a jury, like this turning from guilty to not guilty. Just
okay.
like, all right, I'll do it too. If you're going to do it, I'll do it. And then we all did it. Of course, whatever, it wasn't high stakes or anything, but it is funny as a comedian when you get in those situations when you're backstage and it's just like waiting to get punched in the face or something. There's nothing you can do about it. Here comes the punch. You're just going to take it. But when it's that bad, it does then become interesting. It's kind of better than just a mediocre show where you just do poorly. Shows
Yeah.
like that are very helpful in your career as a comedian. It reminds you just how subjective and delicate it all is. One night you can do great in this room and people hate you in that room. It's all so subjective.
This guy's an artist, Dimitri, huh?
Yeah.
Like that's some very delicate phrasing. Nicely done. Like a philosopher or something. Jeez.
So did it jog any memory of what it was like backstage or?
Oh, the punch in the face analogy is beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all waiting in line to get punched in the face.
But also when it's that bad, like what he said, when it's that bad, it's interesting. It's better than just like a meh show, mediocre.
You know, it really is. And part of the reason he's saying that is there were so many people around to commiserate with.
Mm.
Right.
The ridiculous nature of having anyone on opening for those guys. It should have maybe had a musical act or something. Other people attempting to get the attention of these harebrained wingnuts. You know, that was a silly idea. But yeah, I've got new respect for the guy's writing skills. That guy can write. Dimitri,
Yeah. Although he was speaking that.
he just spoke that?
He just spoke that
Oh,
off the cuff.
that is brilliant. Good God.
Hey,
I do not want what I've been saying ever printed back to me, okay? I'll read your call letters, advertising garbage 10 times before I want to see a single word I've said to you, gentlemen. Okay?
But that would,
wait a sec.
yeah, we'd have to type it up, print it, put
Mail
it in
it
an
to me.
envelope, mail it to you, and then you'd have
Yeah.
to open it. That's so much work.
Do you know where to get stamps? Hot shot?
No, I just give it to my concierge and they throw it in the garbage.
Well, it's never going to get to me.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, so there's that. Yeah.
Here, I told you I was reading some of the old print interviews we did. And I got to say, like, I've interviewed a lot of comedians. And when you read over the transcript of what they said, you know, it's like Dimitri Martin there. It's smart, it's intelligent.
Yep.
But I read over yours, Derek, twice. And I was laughing as I was reading because you're just a naturally funny guy.
Oh, good Lord. You're not going to do that to me after all of this hacking on me about my tech ignorance, my sports. Well, okay, thank you. That's really sweet of you to say. You know, what can I say? I miss it so bad. I mean, all the any comic I talk to, they kind of getting fidgety at the home front. You usually have a place to vent, a place to kick around new ideas. And yeah, we're all kind of in this weird limbo right now. So this is kind of a nice vent for me. I really appreciate you getting in touch.
Oh, I'm so glad that you had somebody there who could tell you how to do it.
You're made for this gig. You are made for this, man.
And now, Derek, if you'll scroll to the bottom, we got a new one for you to read.
My screen went black about 20 minutes ago.
Well, just put your finger on it.
Okay. Hey, no way. Okay, where's my glasses? More tech to deal with. Okay, you want me to read this?
Yeah.
Guy Man, 22.
No, that's me. You read what comes after that.
Oh, okay. This is Timmins' own Derek Edwards, and you're listening to What's So Funny with Guy and Sam on CFRO 100.5 FM Vancouver Co-op Radio.
Very well done.
Mhm.
Thank you, sir.
You just like insert that at different spots during the show?
No, we just run it the way
Yeah.
you say it. If
We
you
do it
screw
right
up, that goes in.
Well,
Yeah.
We don't make our guests look good on this program,
yeah, no kidding. Yeah. You see,
but I'll edit out any mistake I make.
yeah. Good Lord, man. I wish there was something poignant I could kind of wrap it all up with.
No, we're not wrapping up yet. Ron James recently did a show in his living room. Would you ever consider something like that?
Oh man, he had one of the nicest houses in Toronto. I'd love
Oh,
to do that. I'd just love to nose around. He was in like Home and Garden magazine.
really?
What?
Yeah, I'll do
Why
a
did
show
we?
in his living room.
In his living room, right?
I'd love to see it. Imagine the space that little guy has walking around that giant house. Ron's a good guy. Ron's a hard-working, brilliant man, and he's done well, and God bless him. I didn't mean anything untoward by it. I'm just saying, goodness me, I'd love to see his house.
But I mean, you miss doing stand up. Would you do one of these cyber kind of shows where there's no live audience? It's just all done through the computer.
Oh, it's weird to watch my I like to watch when I can the Stephen Colbert show,
Yeah.
and he made a pretty smooth transition to having no crowd because the crowd used to go absolutely apeshit for him.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing where he's slapping everybody's hand, high fiving people, and anyway, he was about like the smoothest guy. Bill Maher had a real tough time transitioning to having no
Did
crowd
he?
in front of him. I thought,
Yeah.
it was much harder for him. A different style and whatever. I'm not saying he's not a brilliant guy, but yeah, John Oliver played it pretty good. Do you know his work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's usually just sitting at a desk anyway, right? Like that's
Yeah,
for last week tonight. I think is as far as the formats go, is so not. It's so written,
yeah, that's right.
right?
And he's
Yeah,
got and as opposed to either of those first guys, he's
yeah,
got the visual accompaniment.
exactly.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's he takes a week to write what happened that one night, and so, but the other guys are working day after day after day. Well, no, does Mar work every day?
No,
No, it's is it
it's
weekly?
Fridays. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ah, yeah. Oh, gosh sakes! But
Politically incorrect. What a great show, hey? That was in the 90s.
I prefer it to his current one.
I agree.
what's the primary difference between now and then?
It was more of a debate show. I think Politically Incorrect was the perfect panel debate show, and the Mar now is much more about Mar. I don't know.
Yeah, he does the talking to the camera, and
Yeah.
then he'll bring on an individual guest, and then sometimes they'll bat it around. But the old one was just four people, and they got to it pretty much right away.
Hmm.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, like
And it was only half an hour.
yeah, like Dennis Miller's show on HBO. I thought, why can't he just do that all the time? One of my
Oh yeah,
favorite comedians, Dennis Miller. I can't listen to him right now.
he's pretty far right, eh?
Yeah, he's just unreasonable. Like I know lots of right wing people who just seem to be not unreasonable. I don't know. I shouldn't have said that
Yeah.
on co-op radio.
It's weird to think that fully 4 out of 10 people in the country south of us are somehow mentally challenged. Isn't that like an astounding percentage?
Oh, it's yeah,
Seems high.
It does seem a bit high. It
Yeah.
seems a bit up there. It was the perfect word, the base. How perfect to
oh
describe
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
Now,
Oh,
Derek, this is not something you'd ever say on stage because you don't like to get political, or would you say it?
thing is, I don't care what he tweets because it's not going to get to my computer.
You're right.
Nobody can send me threats because they got to find a friggin' stamp and a mailbox. It's a pain in the ass. I don't know where I live.
Hey, they just
I think
write
I'm in the
Derek
grave.
Edwards. This is Canada. They know where it's gonna go.
I suppose just that alone would get to me.
And
Yeah.
Scarborough, now we
And
know that.
Scarborough, yeah.
You bastards. But no,
But Derek,
I, I got a percentage of my, I do a whole chunk of thing dumping on that guy. And
oh,
for the whole
good.
thing, I never mentioned his name. But
Ah,
there's pretty much no doubt. But anyway, I have, it's very cathartic. I do that whenever I can, and it always meets with a pleasant response.
always. So, do you ever get somebody after saying, "Hey, why do you have to get so political?"
No.
No, because I bet you know how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing it from, oh man, did you get what Pompeo said about Bill Barr? I don't talk about the individual guys. Nobody gives a
Right.
damn about. I don't give a crap about American politics. As soon as this guy's gone, I will never listen to an American broadcast again. I can barely stomach Canadian politics, but anything we do here, anything Trudeau does in Ottawa is jaywalking compared to the mass murder that Numbnuts is pulling off down to south of us. So, I mean, I can't wait for politics to have nothing to do with my show again. But in the
Yeah.
meantime, gosh, if you're going to pick a target, you couldn't pick a much better target than that right there. And it's
Right.
been fun doing it. I just didn't want you to think I was frightened of or shy to deal with, that particular unhinged fool, right?
But heaven forbid you say a curse word, right?
Oh, heaven forbid! The squeaky cleanest ever since
Squeaky clean.
since the birth of Mary. No, geez.
I watched a great compilation clip of you on YouTube today. I was laughing, and that's rare for me, as Sam knows.
Oh yeah.
But on it, there was I think Rick Mercer said some nice words about you, and at the end, Mitch Fatel said he compared you to Kramer. And I thought, well, other than yelling the N word on stage, how are you like Kramer?
Oh, that is coarse. That is coarse,
No, no,
man.
we got to set the record. No, you do not. But I don't see any comparison.
A unique and bizarre man. He had pictures of himself in his underwear on his computer that he used to look at on the bus ride. Okay,
Who?
there's just something a
Mitch?
little off with that guy. But
Oh yeah, he is.
I shouldn't say that on whatever GOP radio here. I mean,
GOP? What?
I don't know. I can't read it. My glasses are off now. I'm talking.
That's the Republican Party.
But anyway, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. But what geez, man. I was on that tour with Rick and Fatal, Adam Ferreira, Joey Elias, and this guy, John Maloney. John Mulaney.
Mm.
John Maloney.
Oh wow.
Oh, Maloney. Mulaney's the new guy. He's recently got
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the States. Super funny, real nice guy. I had the pleasure of working with him when I was in, of all places, Bermuda.
Hmm.
Bermuda. God, he's funny.
Really?
And yeah, we kind of hit it off. John Maloney's from Britain, and he's this really brilliant, funny guy. And we were backstage, we were doing Halifax, and so there was 2 signs for the dressing rooms, right? So one said Rick Mercer, and the other said Joey Elias, Derek Edwards, Adam Friend, and everybody else. And Maloney comes up, and he says, "I'm not one to complain about the proletariat versus the bourgeoisie, but this particular arrangement of green room sees a little one side. Who else but a Brit is going to throw in the proletariat at a great
Yeah.
time? Oh God!
And did Mercer just not allow you guys in?
Oh,
Because
of
he could
course
have said something.
he totally allow anybody. It's the easiest going guy
Okay.
that there is. No, it was just the people that ran the stage and ran the theater wanted to give Rick, all the whatever pacing room he might need, and
Mm.
nobody griped about it. It was just like an aside. But
Mm.
nobody stayed in the green room anyway. Everybody's pacing around, shooting the poo, as we say on this particular station.
Sounds like it was a fun tour.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Derek, is there a joke that you know that a joke that you can remember, not one of your jokes, but like a street joke?
A street joke.
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
Like, what's the funniest street joke that you can think of?
Oh God, buddy. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Well, my sister asked me, "Do you have a joke?" I'm supposed to tell a joke at work. Everybody has to do one. It's because she works at a government office, and it's been dictated to them. Everybody must have a joke for Monday. So I scrambling, and all I could think of was the about the guy with that goes to the doctor's office with the orange penis. You must know this,
No.
right? Goes to the doctor's office with the orange penis, and the doctor says, "Oh my God, look at that! That's crazy." I gave him some medication, and sure enough, a month later, he comes back. He's still got the orange penis. Well, good God, sir! What do you work? What's your job? So, I'm not working. Well, what do you do all day? I just watch porn and eat cheeses.
I love that. That's the joke for the government office. That's
Yeah. How did that go
yeah.
Oh no,
over?
she wouldn't do it.
No.
She was
No.
appalled that I suggested it. Bless her heart. But that's all I had to offer her.
Oh man.
Oh no, I don't.
I knew you'd be good for one. We haven't asked a guest that in a long
No,
time,
it's
but I knew you'd
stressful.
be good for one.
That was stressful, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like when I first heard it, I think I spit something out. I wasn't expecting it, and it just killed me. But
Yeah.
it's got to be old.
Yeah, cheesies though. What's the cultural genesis of that? Are we talking about Hawkins cheesies or the puffed American cheesies? You know what I mean? Like this, I
Cheese
think
puffs.
cheese puffs or Hawkins. So it's like, where's the source of this? If it's Hawkins, likely Brent.
This is
Uh,
who was it talked about over analysis? This about, about the sentence.
Dissecting the frog.
dissecting the frog. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, clearly that joke just didn't work because we were confused about were they cheesies or cheese puffs.
Well, I just
Yeah.
try to. Okay, whatever.
You should live in Lloydminster. I swear to God.
What side?
It,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
No,
It doesn't matter.
I was listening. This is this week. I was listening to Rodney's album from I think it's 1980. No Respect.
Rodney Allen
Oh,
Rippey.
I would
Yeah.
love to. Is it great? Is it brilliant?
Well, I'm sure we've all heard the jokes a million times, but they don't get any less funny. He's the best.
It's like a speed bag, right? It's like
It's
I'm walking by
insanity. Yeah, it's just wow. And every one of those will make anybody laugh. I just yeah. So it's like he should be all street jokes or should all just be Rodney jokes. Or is it the
There-
other way around? All Rodney
there-
jokes should be street jokes.
it's the brilliance of the one-liner, the poetic succinctness of being able to write a one-liner. And
Yeah,
you must know Stuart Francis, right?
sure.
Oh, he's my
Yeah.
favorite.
Oh my God! And so he has that ability. And him and guys like Jimmy Carr, they were
Yeah.
very rare. I guess prior to that, maybe a Stephen Wright or whatever. Guys that could just write this single sentence like a Gary Larson cartoon, and you look at it, you listen to it, and you bust up.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the hardest thing, guys like me that walk around telling stories. It's like a big Santa Claus bag of presents, and I got to okay unwrap that. Then there's that, and there's that part of the story. These guys just spill the hilarity right into your face. Those are the guys I truly respect.
You ever write one-liners?
I've come close. I think the closest I got was maybe a 6-liner. I think I brushed shoulders against a 4-liner once, but I was never close. Never really close. But once
I
you start with a pace like that, when you're doing the blah blah raconteur yakking
Yeah.
with the stories, it's hard to suddenly change it up and do a one-liner. People don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, Carlin kind of tried that, right? Like that would be, the 8 minutes on a topic. Of course, there'd be loads of jokes in it, but it would have that theme and that pacing, and then it's like the palate cleansers, right? The observations, the funny
Oh,
quips, and it's
yes.
it's so hard to pull off.
That's right. He could do it. You're totally
Yeah,
right.
but like if that's the case study of doing it, well, good luck to anyone else. Like that's yeah.
Remember his one, and I don't know if you have the power to edit, but he said that, I think there should be a feminine deodorant spray called Sprint. I, I,
Jesus.
could, I fell off a chair. I couldn't believe it. Ah,
And
oh,
and then on to the next observation, right? It's
yes.
just it was so just and then it hit. Oh man.
It comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And
I quoted a Stuart Francis joke just the other night with my son. We were throwing a frisbee, and just by telling you that, you should know the joke. Do you, Derek?
I can't think of it now. No, please go
He
on.
said, standing in a park the other day, wondering why it is a frisbee gets bigger the closer it gets. And then it hit me.
That's right.
That's a great joke.
I like what it is I worked in a mirror factory, but I just couldn't see myself retiring there like that. But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, I think he's retired now.
So, yeah, well, he keeps saying he's going to retire, but I mean, he's still tweeting. Well, you don't know that, but he is
Really?
still
Good for
tweeting
him.
jokes. Yeah.
Yeah. His dad. You know what his dad did?
No,
He was a comedy writer.
you're kidding.
It kind of makes sense in a way. Like I never met anybody whose dad was in comedy, but it makes sense in a way that he's boiled it down.
Mm.
In a way. Like
Who did he write for?
God, I never really asked him delve into it. I was just so blown away when he said that.
Yeah.
I didn't pursue it. I should have, I suppose. Um, but we were talking outside this Rivoli. They were doing a show. It's a very popular club in Toronto, and
Yeah.
we were yammering outside. And he was saying after this last tour, he was just finishing off this long, like 100 and something uh, city tour out there in Europe that he was tying it off. He said
Yeah.
comedy makes him tense. He just wants to have it behind him somehow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Talent like that shouldn't retire, but plenty others should.
Yeah,
But do your kids, are they funny? Are they interested in comedy?
well, Sam, who was here playing with the computer, is a big fan of comedy and has gone to see performers, Doug Stanhope,
No.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Burr, the guys like he only chooses like the top of the line guys. He's got great taste in comedy, and he saw Louis after Louis' unfortunate embarrassment there. He saw his the follow up concert. He said it was brilliant. It was another level of funny. He said wait until 3/4 through before he turned to the crowd and said, "So, you want to talk about it?"
And this was it. Was this at the Yuck Yucks in Toronto?
Louis C.K.
Yeah.
No, this was the
New
film
special. Oh yeah, that just came
special.
in
Yeah.
April. Yeah. Oh, it was very funny.
Yeah. Yes, I always thought so myself. That's true. And it was brought home to me in living color when one of my first Vancouver Comedy Festival. Oh, God. Because not knowing, and I was semi-established as this Canadian comic, and so they had these American comics they didn't know. So they put them on just before I got on stage there. And a more superlative kill you could not describe. I've never seen
Yeah.
anything like it. I've never seen a house burned down that hot. And now please welcome people want to leave just to get some air.
Here's Derek Edwards, your headliner.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, That sounds right to me. You should be a headliner. Who cares how well known they are? You should be the headliner in a lineup like
The
that.
point is, the guy that gets the most laughs should go on at the end.
We don't know that until they've gone up.
Yeah, that's the damn. That's the rolling the dice of the whole thing. Anyway,
Yeah.
he had this joke about the why, where the kid keeps asking why.
Yes.
You remember that bit? And he's got another answer, and he keeps going and going. It's so well thought out, and brilliant.
Oh, Louis C.K. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They had me follow Bill Burr in Montreal one time. It's insanity. What is wrong with these people?
Oh God. Did you ever have to
I don't know
follow
what-
Dave Attell?
Oh, Dave's funny. Oh my God. Talk about
Yeah.
fast paced.
I gotta like just the change, like even like having to follow Louis or having to follow Burr, but imagine having to follow those with tight like one-liners, well, two-liners, I guess. But oh man, it'd be tough.
Yeah, it's the waiting for the punch in the face thing all over again.
And this is why Derek goes out on his own now across the country.
Yeah, I can't break this jaw one more time and it'll never hinge back. Yeah.
Derek, it's been great talking to you, and we've killed an hour, even more than that.
Oh my God, you guys.
Right?
You guys are so funny.
It was great talking to you. I love hearing
thank
you. I want to see you perform again.
Oh, God, yeah. Okay, we'll pray for a vaccine.
All right, we're praying for a vaccine, and that's the only reason we're praying for a vaccine.
Okay.
Just to see Derek.
Guy, buddy, look, thank you. And Sam,
Thank you.
guys are good people and obviously very forgiving and patient. So I can't thank you enough for both of those factors.
Thank you, and now get back to your garbage sports.
First, I got to get somebody to help me turn this off. Anyway, it'd be nice
Get
to
your
hear
kid down there, yeah, quick.
Okay, have a great weekend, guys. Thanks a million.
Bye.
Thanks very much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.